Hello everyone. This is our first presentation on biostatistics. Biostatistics is one of the um, major components or core modules or courses for public health. Okay, so it is a very important subject in public health. But this does not mean that actually biostatistics is only studied in public health. Biostatistics is also very vital in the practice of medicine. You can say veterinary medicine, human medicine, nursing, pharmacy, and other health sciences like dentistry and others. So basically, we can say that biostatistics is by definition, the application. Biostatistics is the application of statistical methods in biological sciences, or it's the application of statistical methods in handling what we can basically say is biological data. Okay, so that is how we can simply define biostatistics. Okay, so why do we really need to look at biostatistics? So I'm going to discuss this in the perspective of public health. Okay, so public health involves the promotion, the protection, and the prevention of diseases in populations. Okay, in populations, that's the key word that I want us to look at. That means that we have a given community of individuals that we want to make sure that we improve their health outcomes. Okay, we want to improve their health outcomes. So basically, we want to improve their health. The starting point should be what is their current level of health and how do we want to improve it. Okay, so we need to know what is actually happening at that particular moment. So we need to understand the health status. Okay, this health status, for us to understand this health status, we basically use data. Okay, so basically we use data to determine the level of health of populations. So that is one way in which data is very vital. So if we understand now their level of health, then we can be able to design interventions that can be able to improve their health. And therefore, again, after designing these interventions, we need to evaluate these interventions. Okay, is health education better than distribution of mosquito nets? Okay, or clearing of the bushes is much more effective than any other intervention for preventing malaria. Okay, so remember, we have just said that understanding data allows us to know the level of health of given populations, and that knowledge can be used to design interventions that are appropriate to address the health problems that a given community is actually facing. But also we use We use data to evaluate whether interventions are efficient and effective. Okay. The other aspect that we can also use data for is you want to use, or we want to have what we call basically evidence policy making. Okay, you don't want to make policies that are not evidence based. Okay, so this is also another area of emphasis. It can be related to what we have just described here. Evidence-based interventions are very important. If you want, for example, make a particular medication to be given to people, you need to have evidence that the drug that you're recommending for people to take is actually safe. Okay, so safety can be determined using data. Okay, and that basically is what we call research data. Okay, so research data is basically very, very important. If you know, you have very good knowledge of biostatistics, it means that you will have the skills of data management. Okay, that means that you know how to have, or how to collect, store, and even use data. Okay, so good knowledge in biostatistics is very important because it allows individuals to have skills in data management. Data management involves making sure that you have clean or quality data that is free of errors, or that has minimal errors, and that can easily be presented and communicated to people so that they can easily understand what is being communicated. Okay, so under this biostatistics as a module, the things that we are going to look at in this module, there are quite many. And I'll outline some of the things that we will need to look at. One, we need to know what data is. Okay, how we collect it, how we collect data, how we analyze data, and then how we present data, data presentation, and then how we actually also arrive at what we call conclusions. How do we arrive at conclusions, and how do we evaluate data to see if the conclusions that are being made are actually the appropriate conclusions. So this basically is what we are going to look at throughout the whole module. We're going to look at what data is, the types of data, how we collect data, what techniques can we use in analysis of data, and what are the things that we really need to know when presenting data. And then we also should be in position to look at how conclusions are made. And that's what we call inference. How are inferences made, and are the inferences made appropriate or not? So basically, we can say that there are two broad categories of biostatistics, or statistics in general. We look at what we call descriptive statistics, and then inferential statistics. With descriptive, we are basically focused on how data is actually summarized. It's about summarizing data and how to present it. If you have a data set, how do we characterize or describe this data in a format that gives more understanding? And then inferential statistics is on the fact that we usually don't collect data on everyone in a population, that we collect data from a sample. So how we make conclusions based on data that we have from the sample is what we call inference. So how do we make those conclusions is the basis of inferential statistics. So that is a brief introduction to our first session on biostatistics. Thank you.